Hello everyone, welcome to 3 Nerds on a Sunday. We're 3 nerdy friends to talk about all things nerd, geek, and pop culture related. I am 1/3 of your host, Sonny. The gentleman to my left is...
Frank.
And the gentleman to his left is...
There's
what?
no one here.
Say what? Yeah, that's right guys. Today we're going to have a little shorter episode than normal. Our third co-host, Manny, is unable to make it to the recording today. But you got us too, so that's something. What's been going on with you, Frank? What's new?
Yeah, just all kinds of stuff. I tried the famous Szechuan sauce at McDonald's now that they have it in stock for everyone, and it's pretty good. But it is a little underwhelming, like you said in your video. If you guys check out our videos, we all did a reaction to it
on Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook. And yeah, I gotta agree with Sonny. It was kind of underwhelming, man. Like, it's really just like glaze and spice. There's no sweet that I could tell. What about you?
It was. I mean, again, I would get it again, but would I wait in line hours and hours to try it? Hell no.
No.
But I buy that big tub of jar for like what was like $15,000. I'd shoot myself.
Even if I was rich, I wouldn't get that.
No. There's better things to spend on sauce.
Or not Sonny. Manny really went nuts and he said he loved it. I don't see why, man, honestly. It was good to try it once, but it's like
I don't understand half of the stuff of why he likes what he likes.
I think it was nostalgia, man. Like, even for the Rick and Morty creators, it was probably just nostalgia that they're like, oh, this is the best thing on earth.
It'd be funny because I'm pretty sure they said it somewhere. It'd be funny if they were like, yeah, we picked it just because it sounds stupid, so we ran with it.
Yeah, it probably just improv or something. Like they just remembered one of the sauces or something.
So yeah, because it's a really specific thing.
Yeah,
a promotional thing for Mulan, the animated movie.
That is weird.
Which is funny. So
well, they should do that more. I think it'd be. I don't know. It probably wouldn't be good sauces, but it'd be kind of fun. Like if Ghostbusters, you have like a green slime sauce, or I don't know.
Oh, maybe like a green shake or smoothie, maybe.
Oh, there you go.
Sauce,
yeah.
but because I mean,
yeah.
Here's our new sauce for
green slime.
Green slime, straight from the ghost's ass.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, no, thank you.
Yeah, that's true.
So
you got to do shake, yeah, probably.
They can get creative with it, come up with some, So.
And my favorite thing is back, the Shamrock Shake.
Yeah, yes.
God, last year I think I got like 8 of them, maybe 12.
So I remember you said, yeah, today I'm going to try the sauce.
Yeah.
So the first thing we hear, gosh, Shamrock Shakes are amazing. I'm like, how about the sauce?
No.
Oh yeah, it was okay.
It was there.
it was something. You really do love those things.
Oh man, I can't stop with those.
They are pretty good.
They are good.
Very good. And I'm surprised that they're as thick as they are.
Yeah.
I kind of like every year I kind of think it's gonna be like
soup.
It's gonna be like just soup.
The ones that if you go to Culver's, their stuff turns to soup like in 5 seconds. Like,
oh, does it?
Yeah, man. Like they say it's triple thick or something or concrete, quote unquote. Dude, it's like the most liquid stuff ever.
It's no Blizzard. Hold that bitch upside down.
Yeah, seriously.
It's funny. Let's see what else going on.
Food adventures. That's about it.
We're going to start to review food on Facebook now. It's a new venture.
And you? What's going on?
Just been going back to the gym.
Yeah.
Sore as shit.
I started to. My legs hurt.
Oh, yeah.
All I did was run, and like my rib cage, like you could feel the muscles in there. Like
yeah.
Sore.
Don't
it's been
run.
a long time. Yeah.
Take it slow.
Oh, not run. Not fast at all. Like,
that's fine.
Slow jog.
It's like I walked from...
Like 6 mile an hour run. Like, it's very slow.
That's what it's like. I walked from the locker room to the treadmill, and I was out of breath.
Yeah, they made me go get my own towel, and I couldn't make it.
Those bastards.
That's good,
That's good, though. That's good.
Yeah, I got to do it.
We're all making changes.
I think one of the news things I have is sort of the reason that I got off my ass. So we'll talk about it later. But
okay. That sounds
we'll call back to this and let you know what it was.
Okay. Anything else going on with you?
No, that's about it, man.
I saw Game Night.
Yeah. I saw it last week.
I really liked it.
I liked it.
It was good. I was actually surprised that it's filmed like a horror movie, but it's not.
Yeah, I mean, there's jumps and there's
cuts. It was cool, though. Humor was pretty good. Characters were likable, which is rare to find in these type of movies.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The cop especially.
Oh, the cop is my favorite.
Oh my god,
he's the best thing in the movie.
In love with that guy.
Oh, he's amazing in this movie.
And I found out he's in Black Mirror too.
Yeah, he's in Black Mirror. He was I think he was Todd in Breaking Bad, that creepy white kid.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's been a long time.
Yeah, we don't have his name in front of us, but check out Game Night just for him. He
stole the show.
He's hilarious. And you know what? The soundtrack was really good for me.
Yeah, it was good.
I believe it was a guy who did the soundtrack for Drive.
Okay, yeah. It was all very like gamey and a little bit 80s, or not 80s, but more like
I would say like late 80s horror movie esque. It was just kind of like it was like do 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 do.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right.
So it was cool.
Yeah, you're right. Now that I think about it, some of that music was like horror-ish.
It was cool.
Then the cinematography I liked, where they had the miniature effect.
Oh, that was really cool. Yeah. So the establishing shots in the movies.
Yeah.
The city, the suburb.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where they're at. It looks like a game board, like game pieces on a game board, and it's really cool.
Yeah.
And it's so seamless how they go from like a game piece to an actual like building.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
They fade it in. Yeah. It's really pretty cool.
I think it's pretty funny, but I think there's potential for it to be a lot more funny.
Yeah, because I mean, it was funny, but it just wasn't like every second like bust your gut funny.
So I think you gave it a 7, right?
Yeah, I give it a 7.
I give it about 7.5.
Yeah, it was good though.
It's really solid. The fact that it came out when it did, probably made decent money.
February something.
Yeah, it was like February, because usually like January, February is where we get like the movies like let's get bad horror movies and shitty movies that are kind of bad.
Yeah, pretty bad. Yeah, usually.
So
there was some good stuff so far this year.
Yeah, so I'm surprised. So
Black Panther, of course.
Oh yeah, if you guys haven't checked out Game Night, check it out.
Check it out. It's worth watching.
Yeah.
Definitely go to the theater and check it out.
I think if you're watching the big screen, you'll get more out of it too. It just has that feel of like a movie you have to sit with a nice stereo system.
Yeah, it's in the dark and it's just like a event kind of thing. Yeah, it's fun.
So check it out.
I would check it out.
Sweet. And that's everything new for me.
Cool. All right, we're just gonna cover basically some nerd outs. We both saw a lot of movies, and then we're gonna touch a little bit of news, and then probably ramble for a second. Yeah, let's do news because probably got less of that, and the nerd out maybe more. What you got?
Let's go with the biggest piece of news. Marvel is like, hey guys, Avengers and Infinity War comes out May, right? Nope. So now they're actually moving it up a week early to April 27th.
Nice.
Okay, sure.
It's no longer on your birthday.
That's fine.
Or right before it.
It works.
You always get every movie, man. I was always mad about that. Like, you got Mummy Returns. Is the first time I realized that. You probably got a bunch more, but that was the first age that we were like, well, I guess conscious enough, and I was like, man, this guy gets every freaking movie on his birthday.
Have a good time to be born at a certain time. I'm going to go to the movies because I can. It's my birthday. Get out of here.
But so there was like a Twitter thing. We'll put a link up that Marvel, I think the official Marvel Twitter was posting that. Do you want to see it earlier? What did they say?
They were going back and forth with Robert Downey Jr. He's like, hey, can I see the movie early with my friends? Sure. Really? How about the entire world? Yeah, why not? Let's say April 27th.
Manny posted it in one of our internal chats, and I didn't believe him. I didn't believe anything. This was true. I was like, no, they wouldn't do that.
You're like, nah, you're a liar.
I was trying to be smart and say, oh, they wouldn't do this with their marketing dollars. I was completely wrong.
Funny. I mean, to me, it's not that big of a deal. It's only a week.
No, it's good.
I mean, it's cool, but it's like, cool. Yeah. We got 1 week less.
If they would have done 2 weeks, that would have been great.
Now, if they told me, hey, it's because this came out like Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
If they were like, hey, mid-March you get to see it, well, that'd be a different story.
Yeah.
That'd be like in a week and a half, 2 weeks.
But you can't do it like that because then.
Oh, I would. But fuck it.
Some people are going to expect it to be later, and then you didn't say it early enough, so then maybe your first box office will be a little shorter.
I doubt that. That's
the holy grail here.
Yeah, I mean, this is the culmination of years and years of movies. This is 18 movies.
10 years, right?
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
10 years. 10 years and 18 movies all coming together
Oh,
for an ending. I mean,
I don't know, man. I'm a little.
I think they could do. I think they could say anything they want at this point. People are still gonna go.
The hype is there, but I'm kind of worried for some reason. I don't know, man.
I'm not hyped at all for it. I can't.
I am. I am very hyped, and that's what scares me. It's like
I think I'm
too hyped.
I think I said this on our first podcast, the first time around we did this like years ago.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of the first Avengers movie. I actually fell asleep the second time watching it.
Oh my god.
Second one, I liked. It's definitely not perfect, but I enjoy 2 more than 1. So when it comes to the,
I could see somebody doing that. Yeah.
So when it comes to the Avengers movies, they haven't given me that feel that everyone felt.
You really liked Captain America's, right?
Yes, I think Civil War is better than Avengers 1 and 2.
Yeah, it was.
In my opinion,
it was. Yeah.
So when it comes to the Avengers movies, they haven't really because I remember when people first saw Avengers, they're like, "This is everything I've ever wanted." I'm like,
I saw it so much.
I liked Iron Man and Hulk. That was a plus.
I liked the whole thing. Yeah.
So
we saw it twice. It was like one day me and Manny were driving around and we like randomly were like had nothing to do. We're like Avengers. We
ran away.
We took a right on the highway and we just went to the freaking movie.
I can't take it anymore, Mom. Pick me up, Manny. We're gonna go see Avengers.
It was like a week later and we had to see it again. So I really liked the first Avengers.
So yeah,
yeah. I just kind of worry. I don't know. I know they'll do a good job, but I'm just kind of worried.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of characters and just a lot of things you have to put into a movie.
Yeah, but at least you don't have to spend too much time, and it doesn't matter because we got to know these characters on 18 movies.
Sure, but I guarantee you someone's going to be mad. There wasn't enough Rocket. There wasn't enough this character. Blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah. Someone's going to find something to complain about because we're never just happy with what we get. We always got to have more.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I got to ruin everything we love.
That's pretty good news.
Yeah.
Week early, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It's never been done, I don't think. I mean, they said May something for like 6 months or more.
Push back, absolutely. But yeah, I remember a movie with so much success and hype behind it to ever move up.
Well, the thing is, May also Deadpool, I think, comes out.
That's probably
So they want to rake in a little more cash.
Because at this point, they own everything now. So they're like, well, we don't want to take money away from this property or that property.
They're like, well, this deal hasn't gone through yet. So
it's like, just in case.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, they own too much. That's got to be some kind of monopoly, man. There's laws against that.
I guarantee you, it's media. How do you say it's monopoly?
I bet you
because it is.
I bet you there's some contractual thing where it's like, there's still a separate company, but all the money comes to Disney.
Yeah, like
something like that.
Music used to do this all the time. So you got like your main studio. Well, we're gonna make a subsect for like for like rock or punk music, but it's still our company. But we're gonna name it something else.
It's like a branch, yeah.
Yeah, so. I'm worried because I don't own any Marvel movie on Blu-ray DVD because they're like $25 $25 each.
A lot, yeah.
They don't drop ever.
No,
because
never.
Disney is.
That's how Disney does it, man.
They're the devil.
Yeah.
So there's the first piece of news.
Mm-hmm.
Second piece. Apparently there's some of the Academy people are looking to push through a new, not a ban, but like a new code for movies that are released on streaming apps like Netflix and Hulu and Amazon.
Like, what are the examples of existing codes?
Okay. So this article which I found on Cinema Blend is saying that last year there was a documentary of OJ that was nominated for an Oscar and nominated for the Emmys. So the Emmys are for TV shows. Oscars are for movies. Some Oscar folks on the panel are like, well, we think we need to make rules because the fact that something's being nominated for both TV and movie kind of brings down our brand of the Oscars, where it should just be movies and not something else.
I think it brings down the brand.
I think it's
don't
really
agree with them,
dumb
but
because Mudbound, which came out this year, which was a Netflix movie, which I think had like a limited weekend run in theaters. It could technically be nominated for an Emmy, but it's a movie, and they're like, well, because of that stipulation, it might drop our brand and name, which honestly people haven't really been up on your brand for a long time.
Yeah, seriously, they think too highly, but Wait, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, but I could see why is it in both categories? I mean, but are they saying they want to do like everything that streams goes in one category?
No, it's saying you have to pick. You are either this
Okay.
or that. You
Okay.
can't be both. Which is weird because I mean,
I
like,
think it's fair, man. I mean,
I don't think it is because I mean, Mudbound is clearly a movie.
yeah.
A documentary is
But
clearly.
was it in TV
like,
and movie?
Huh?
Was it in both categories or something?
No, but in the past, like last year, there was a couple of documentary films from Netflix that were nominated in both the Emmys and the Oscars.
Yeah.
So they're like,
Oh,
well,
okay.
I'm like, documentaries are kind of iffy because they could have released in different parts. Like, okay, then there's a couple of gray areas,
Yeah.
but we're talking about a legit movie that's like 2 hours long. It's a legit movie, but for some reason, no, you have to be TV or us. You can't be both, and it just kind of keeps going back to a problem with the Oscars that they're just too old.
Yeah.
Like majority of their people on the panel are still like old school.
Well, yeah, and then it's been introducing problems of race and
Yeah.
other stuff. So I mean, it's definitely they have like an old mentality and like
They definitely do.
yeah.
And with that being said, I must be on a segue because here's the next story.
Okay.
Some older Academy members have declared that Get Out is not an Oscar movie at all. It doesn't deserve to be in there.
No, it does. It does.
And I believe this journalist over at MovieWeb asked the question to them, and he's like, "Well, did you see the movie?" No. It's like, really?
Okay.
So a good number of them haven't even seen it, but said, "No, it's definitely not an Oscar movie.
That's bad.
It's terrible."
I'm surprised that's not bigger.
I believe
news.
that it should be because this. I mean, again, I'm not the biggest fan of the movie, but
Yeah.
the script alone deserves to win the Oscar because it's an original idea.
It is. Yeah.
You know, I mean,
those are rare.
Yeah, it's rare, and the fact that it actually works and it makes sense and within the world that it's built.
That was his first
Definitely.
directing movie, right?
Yes. Was it Peele?
I think it was. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Jordan,
Peele.
Jordan Peele. Yeah.
Jordan Peele from Key and Peele fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is his first movie, his first written and directed movie. So.
Yeah. It deserves it, but
yeah.
I think it was definitely overhyped, man, overrated.
Yeah,
It was good.
Yeah, it's still good, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. But I definitely see the elements of it being nominated for different things.
It was good though.
It was good.
It was
Yeah.
pretty
So so again, it just kind of goes more to a problem with the Oscars of just being too damn old.
Yeah,
They've added some more people within the past couple of years. You know, some more young fresh people.
Yeah.
New blood, but a majority of them are still very old thinking and old minded people.
I kind of like just drew a parallel to Itonia, which I saw. We'll talk about it in a little
Itonia.
bit, but sorry, Itonia.
it's fine. It's
They just
kinda
spell it
easy.
with an O, right?
Yeah.
But she had trouble with the board that judges the skaters because she wasn't a certain type of
'Cause she was
person.
white trash.
Yeah, exactly. And this is kind of like, this kind of feels very similar as far as that. So I think there has to be a shakeup, man, somewhere.
Definitely, and I mean, first of all, the fact that they are so old school. Each year, the Oscar numbers are okay, but they're never great. Some years are really bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think
they
with the
gotta do
internet,
something.
it's going to weed out things that are not good.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I don't know. Again, like, I think certain movies, like Wheelman last year from Netflix, again, not like best movie of the year, but there was elements in there that could have been nominated for something. But they're
Yeah.
like, well, it was on streaming, so it's not a real movie. You're
Yeah,
not
it's
real.
like, well, yeah, that's not
You
good.
know,
That,
it-
you can't just start
yeah.
ignoring stuff like that because
You know,
you don't think
yeah.
you don't think
Yeah,
the
no,
internet
exactly,
is real or something.
Yeah, it's so like
Yeah, I can see that.
if a movie like that or Mudbound gets nominated, there's room for other movies that are going to be great in the future
Yeah.
come out. Like the Idris Elba movie that came out I think like 2-3 years ago. It was Beast of No Nation.
Yeah, I
Like,
heard it was good.
It was a really good movie. I've seen it. It's
I haven't
really
seen
good,
it.
and it got nothing. It got nominated for nothing.
That's bad.
They're like,
Just because
you're
of the
not a
new
movie,
medium
go
and all
away.
that stuff.
Yeah, it's like, go away.
What about, did Manchester by the Sea come out in theaters or no?
Yes.
Oh, it did? Okay. But it was somehow financed by Amazon or something?
Yeah, so but basically what they did was they give it a limited release run in theaters, and then a month or two later, it's on the streaming service,
Oh, okay.
which they're doing with Gringo. That's coming up pretty soon. With,
Okay.
Charlton
Oh, I didn't
Copley
know
and all
that.
them. Yeah, so...
I want to see that. It looks
Yeah,
funny.
so they put it in theaters. They have a little run, and then they go, okay, you can watch it in our streaming service. They did at the end of the year.
Okay.
Same
That's
as what Netflix just did with Annihilation.
Oh, they did that?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, they got that and the Cloverfield Paradox movie in a deal. So
okay.
so when Annihilation has finished in theaters, some time will pass and you'll be able to watch it on Netflix.
But before Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it either might be before
So
or
a
it might
couple
come out the
months.
same day. But regardless, you can be able to stream it
Oh
on Netflix.
man, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Times
The
are
stuff
changing.
that's happening. Yeah, that's really
You either get with it or you die.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and they need to get with it, man. You can't just get movies like that.
No, you can't. You know, it's
I would say, yeah, like Wheelman, as much as I liked it, and I really liked it, I just can't say it was like Oscar material. I don't know if it was, honestly.
cinematography. I think could have taken it.
Yeah, I think
There was,
more
like,
more like in
parts of it.
concept though, like
Oh no, yeah.
You know,
Like again, like I'm not saying like it has to be able to snub, but I'm saying like
Yeah.
it could have helped pave the way for something else. You know.
yeah. Well, I wish it got more notoriety because I
Absolutely.
like the
But
movie.
Again, because it's streaming,
Yeah,
it's
I know.
still like,
That's dumb.
unless you're Stranger Things, I don't really care if you're on a streaming service. Which don't
I
get me
think
wrong,
people
it's
are caring
it's
more
an
and
amazing,
more.
it's an amazing series, but there's a lot of good movies out there that are coming on Netflix and even Hulu sometimes.
There's a lot.
Not as much, but you know,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I mean, like the original content is like real small.
Oh yeah, for Hulu, yeah.
Yeah, for
They're
Hulu,
very
but-
small. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, they're not pissing money away like Netflix.
Well, I mean, they're pissing away money, but that's because they want to be the top dog at
Who?
the end. They want to, no, on
Netflix.
They want to outlast everyone.
Yeah, and they
Which-
want to
which is
basically. It probably costs them. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to think about this.
Oh,
If
they're no.
No, I mean, it costs them more to get like third-party movies than make their own.
Probably.
But if
yeah.
they make their own, I mean, you can keep it for 20 years. I mean, if their streaming
Yeah.
service is still around for in 20 years, you
Yeah.
could go back and watch Wheelman in 20 years.
Yeah, you can watch Mudbound.
Yeah,
Beast
all these
Nation,
movies.
Stranger
And this
Things.
was like the boom, and maybe it gets slower over time, but at least they generated like 500 things.
Yeah, and again, I think at the end they will stand on top. Disney will be there because they're having their own streaming service now.
Yeah.
Which if they release every content of it, they can have like a
Oh yeah.
like a decent thing. But they're
I
like,
think they're gonna be stingy, man.
but they're like,
really
past a certain year,
Yeah.
everything like
Only up-
what's the point?
only up to 1995.
Yeah, it's like what's the point of having anything then?
and nothing that's on Disney Channel.
Yeah, which there's a lot of good stuff on there, and
Yeah,
so
there's some
I
good
mean, we'll see where they go with it, but
See, the place they're gonna get me is for kids. So like, if
Yeah.
it's really good,
Yeah, exactly.
As much as I complain and I don't want to like encourage other companies to make their own streaming service, I'm probably gonna have to get it.
yeah,
But yeah, we'll have to see how that goes.
we'll
But
see.
It's gonna turn into cable. I mean, you're gonna pay $10 for 10 companies, and then your bill is back basically how it was.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully,
I guess the only ones who
Small.
would get screwed is like Comcast.
oh no, fuck Comcast, I don't care.
Yeah, no, I
They
don't.
just
Either.
would fall.
Yep.
Time Warner.
So I
you
guess
too, you devil.
today's general what you call it? What is that word? I don't even know. The general feeling today is down with the old company, down
Yeah.
with the old
It's
ways.
terrible.
Yeah,
Like $80-$90 a month to
Yeah.
watch like a couple of shows that you want to watch.
dude, there's like
And
nothing to
and
watch.
a couple of channels is like
Nothing to
get out
watch.
of here, trash. So
And nothing but commercials. And
yeah, that's
Oh, my
terrible.
God.
Yeah, we have a whole
hell
episode
yeah.
of how much we just hate cable.
No, when my daughter was here not that long ago, we were watching a movie on TV, Despicable Me, and a commercial came on. She was completely like, did not know what happened. She was like, "What happened? Like, what is this?" There was like some, like a family like cooking something,
Yeah.
and it's like, what?
Witchcraft.
I was like, "This is a commercial," and she's like, "What?" She's 4 years
The
old.
hell
She,
you say?
she has never seen like that. She's basically a streaming baby.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, she is.
Lucky.
Very, very, very much lucky.
For us, I don't know. I guess we weren't really annoyed by it. We just sit there.
We were annoyed because I don't know if this is true or not, but the ads back then were still fun to watch. Like they were
I
kind of
guess
out
so.
there and weird. Now they're just like, it's for
I guess
people.
since they were
I
kid
know.
cartoons,
Yeah,
I mean,
you
we
know.
had like kid commercials, like
Yeah, exactly.
Tang,
it was
it's
like
kicking the
toys and toys and toys. Buy our toys.
yeah, toys,
So
cereal.
it was decent.
Yeah, but yeah,
That's all the stories I have for the Oscars being stupid. I have a few more though.
Okay, then.
Yeah, because the Oscars are stupid. Evil Dead 4 might happen if depending on what happens with the show. So
whether it continues or not.
Yeah. So Mark Webb, I'm sorry, Movie Webb talked to Bruce Campbell. Was like, so where you guys at with everything? And Bruce Campbell is like, well, if we get canceled, we'll definitely think about making a movie, probably like in the near future, if not as soon as possible. But if the show gets picked up again, we'll keep going. So basically, season 3 could be the last season of Ash versus the Evil Dead. Oh, I'm sorry, Ash versus Evil Dead, not the Evil Dead.
Is there like a ratings problem or like a money problem?
I don't know. In this article, it doesn't talk specifically on why it's on the bubble, but they're kind of in this weird limbo area where Stars is like, well, I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll let you know. So
I think Stars was the wrong place for it to begin with. It limits the people who can watch it. It's
very true.
I don't know if it's really.
I mean,
it was the greatest idea to put it on Stars.
It needed some kind of like, again, I mean, the easy answer to go with a HBO or something, but it needed this cable-based program where they can actually swear and show some of the gore, because I mean, the show is gory as hell. There's a lot of blood.
It is very.
It's not supernatural where it's like you're killing monsters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is like people getting like dismembered and
there's some stuff.
Just hoses of blood everywhere.
Yeah, there's some good stuff.
And there's other stuff I don't want to bring up because when you have to watch a movie to like laugh and be like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
But it's awesome.
There's some awesome ones.
So yeah, they're kind of on the bubble right now. So they don't know what's gonna happen. But he says if they do get canceled, they have plans of making a fourth movie, tying it all up, making things feel good. But if they get picked up for season 4, they'll keep going until they can't go no more.
I'd rather they just jump to a streaming service and keep this TV show style.
Yeah. I mean, Netflix, say hello.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're in a buying mood. You might want to check it out.
They are definitely in a buying mood. They're going to spend like $800 million within the next like 5, 6, 10 years.
Yeah.
Because they want to be on top of it.
I mean, they already pulled season 1 and 2 into the service, so.
They did, yeah. So, I mean,
I just don't want a movie because it's like, I don't know. That's only 3 episodes worth of stuff, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on how season 3 ends. If it's like on a cliffhanger, it's like, well, we need more story. A movie might not be the best way to go, but at the same time, if that's all we get, I'll take it.
Well, it seems like, well, yeah. I will, like, if that's all we get.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite franchises of all time.
Oh hell yeah, yeah, I would love it. But I think if they put this out in theaters, a movie, I don't think it's gonna do well. Like no matter where you put it.
No, I think it'll make. Well, it depends on how much the budget is.
If it's Sam, they could probably keep it cheap.
Yeah. So, because I don't know how much per episode the show is.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Sometimes they can get kind of pricey, like $1 million per episode. Some movies, unless you're Game of Thrones, which is like, we need $200 million to make 2 episodes.
Damn.
Well, no.
Have they really spent that?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, overall, they
some of those battles, I'm sure.
They spent a lot of money on them.
There's you haven't watched it really, right?
No, but because I think the Battle of Bastards was like $4 or $5 million to film.
Wow, man.
So,
I haven't got that far.
And that was just one episode. So
there was this battle, a 2-episode battle at the wall. Season 4.
Yeah.
And there was like giants and there was all this stuff and
it's not cheap.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was probably the coolest. It was one of the best battle scenes I've seen in a very long time for movies or TV. Probably like. It has to rival the Lord of the Rings one. It's not better than like the
Helm's Deep.
Yeah, like those. It's not better than those battles, but it's
pretty damn good.
It's really close. Yeah. It's really good.
That is some I do watch though, like the fights. Yeah, I'll go on YouTube and watch them, and they're really good. They're really good. I don't know if I can stick through the whole series. I mean, it's good, but
it is good.
The first because I saw season 1 and 3. It didn't grab me. So
it grabbed me right away. Like season 1, I was like really. I think it was just the whole. It's always for me the world building. Like so, as soon as they were like, "Oh, there's different factions in this world," and then they had all these cool characters and everything. So I was into it right away. But but I've gone back to it very slowly, like one season a year, basically. Like I don't know. For me, it's like I don't need to blast through it, and I can't. I don't think
the world building is awesome. But I think for me it was the fact that. There's so many assholes in the show. It's hard for me to keep watching. It's like I hate you all. I don't want to see any of you win.
I wish Ned Stark would have stayed around.
Yeah.
Now I wanted him around.
Granted, I heard things change around the last 2 seasons that they showed, but it's a lot of assholes to get through. And I'm just like, I need something to you know what, I like you.
But when they die or they get theirs, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, but it just because again, the first I think 4 seasons stick really close to the book, and Martin it was J.J.R. Martin.
George R. Martin.
Yeah, George R. Martin.
Yeah.
He hates good people.
Yeah, I mean, he writes some bad
He's like,
stuff
in this
now.
world, you can't be good. If you're good, you dead. Get out of here. Get out of here. So, yeah, I mean, again, it's cool to see that every now and then, but to have a whole show full of assholes, it's just like there's so much scheming and conniving, and and the ones that are good, they end up getting stabbed in the back and die horribly. It's like, ugh.
They get really bad deaths.
Yeah, it's like give me something.
Yeah, it is. Now you say it. I mean, it's just nothing but a-holes. So it's kind of like, yeah.
It's like, ugh.
Maybe you just figured out why I can't watch it for I can't blow through 5 seasons at once or anything.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, yeah. You gotta have a base character be like, you know what? I feel you. I understand you.
Well,
I like
there's
you.
one that I like.
Yeah. I mean, you find somebody, but I hate him.
Oh, I love that guy, man. He's the best.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to go there. But anyway, so yeah.
Okay.
That's everything. My last story.
Okay.
Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio have signed on to Quentin Tarantino's next movie, which is, let me find the title real quick. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So
the more I hear about this, the more I don't
really
want to see
not
it.
Excited.
Yeah.
This.
No.
So originally it was supposed to be a movie about Sharon Tate and the murders, and then he comes out, well, it's about these 2 actors who are living in Hollywood who've been in Hollywood for a while now, and they see it changing in a way that they don't understand anymore, and they're the neighbors of Sharon Tate.
What happened to the whole murder thing?
I think it's still going to be in there, but I don't. But I think this might be from the viewpoint of the neighbors.
Oh man. Why did you do this?
First of all, with Sharon Tate's story, when I was in college for my criminology class,
I don't even know what this is.
We had to pick a book of a true murder, go through all the details, see what went wrong, and everything like that. So I'm kind of close to the story and understand it's fucking horrific.
What went wrong as far as what?
From the cops,
investigation?
from the investigation side. First of all, you had the sheriffs
pick it apart and stuff.
Local cops going at it. And the fact that they were walking over evidence on the crime scene, muddy shoe, just
Jesus
whoops.
Christ.
Oh well, it's a miracle how anything got done.
Yeah.
It was a clusterfuck. It was a train wreck. And then the reason why Manson did it and the way that they brutalized five people, it's terrible. And there's no well, we can analyze this. I don't think there's any good reason to ever turn this story into a movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's no substance to it besides Manson's an asshole, people are idiots, and this world is all going to hell.
Wait, who are the neighbors? What? They're just neighbors to this murder?
No, they're neighbors to Sharon Tate.
Yeah,
in the movie, yeah. So I don't know if they're going to be there the night of and they hear screams or they find it. I don't know what's going to happen specifically, but I'm not happy about it.
Yeah.
And this
doesn't sound very good.
It doesn't sound. It just doesn't sound good.
He's never done interpretation of something that really happened, right? I mean,
no,
like this, not like this.
No. He's taken history and changed it, but he's never taken an actual issue, and turned it into a movie.
Yeah,
now, to me, and also the biggest reason I'm not looking forward to it is, as much as I like Tarantino's movies, he has no class.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
He's gonna either treat it like he's gonna put some catchy song from the 60s or 70s over the murders, and it's gonna be over glorified, and it's gonna be you have no class. Because I mean, as a director and writer, he's wonderful. As a person, he's iffy.
Yeah,
he's really iffy.
Well, yeah.
So it's
was this a huge story? Because I don't even know. That doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, yeah, it's a huge fucking story.
Okay.
Yeah, it's big.
I think I'm out of touch.
And the fact that Manson died, I think, the end of 17 or early 18.
Yeah.
It's oh, good, he's dead.
I think he was 17. Yeah.
So, yeah. It
was, so now it's reviving stories.
Yeah, because apparently when this movie's supposed to come out in theaters, there's 2 other movies that are coming out about Sharon Tate. It's you vultures.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I hate you, Hollywood.
Capitalizing bastards.
Yeah, so I'm not happy about any of it.
Yeah, it sucks, man. But who was she? Was she just his
She was
girlfriend or something?
No, she was the girlfriend or wife to Roman Polanski.
Okay.
Yeah, with that piece of shit. I don't want to get into
Yeah.
him either. But and she was pregnant at the time. So not only did they kill 5 people, they killed the baby.
Yeah, it's not good.
I'm not excited.
It's like, why would you want to go see this? Yeah, this isn't.
Yeah, this.
I wish you would have just stuck in the fantasy world, man. Like
Something, different. Just don't. Why?
Stay in the West.
Yeah,
do another Western. I don't care.
You're not Rob Zombie. You don't have to do this.
Yeah,
you know,
Rob Zombie can't do it either.
Well, I'm pretty sure he would because.
I mean,
I
don't like his movies.
In the style of what he makes, this is more like a Rob Zombie movie.
Yeah,
because he's fucking weird.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he has a cool backstory and everything.
Did you see 31?
I did.
Was it good?
I liked it.
Check it out.
Oddly enough, I've majority of movies I've seen from Rob Zombie I actually like, and I don't like those type of movies, but his I like.
Yeah, I mean, Halloween was good, but it was so it was really strong.
So the problem with the Halloween movie is it was a good movie, and he definitely understands the world and the mythos of Michael Myers. But the problem is he made it about Michael Myers. If he made his own character, like, fresh out of his mind, it would have been a hell of a lot better. But the fact that it was a Michael Myers movie, it's like, it's good, but you're tying it in with something that doesn't need all this.
Yeah.
And that kind of hurt it. Now, Halloween 2 is trash, but
Yeah,
there were still parts
bad.
of it that was, like, visually cool, but it's not good overall.
No, it's not.
But, yeah.
I might have to check out 31. I think it was streaming for a while, but
it's if you have a dark sense of humor, like I
haven't seen most of his movies.
I can go from like a fart joke and laugh to like something just despicably dark and laugh. So my humor's all over the place.
What was that movie? Oh man, not Thousand Corpses, not
The Devil's Rejects,
not that one, not Halloween, not Halloween 2.
Lord of Salem.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters. Oh,
that's the only one I haven't seen yet.
it's so weird.
I heard it was weird.
I wanted to like it. I don't know. I really like the soundtrack. It had this awesome horror track. Like, it was the best horror track I ever heard. Still, I would say to this day is like top 5, man. Like, it rivals the biggest horror like tracks you've ever heard. But it's just extremely weird movie. I guess it's okay. I barely remember. I mean, I remember I was very disappointed, but
I have to watch it because that's the only one I haven't seen of his movies besides El Superbeasto, which I saw half. It wasn't that good.
Was that the animated one?
Yeah, the animated one.
Yeah, I tried to watch some of it. I couldn't watch it.
Masked Fighter fighting monsters. That's like
easy.
Oh shit! There's a whole genre of those movies that I have to see.
Yeah, I want to see those too.
And the animated movies are shit. So I'm like,
Are those the ones from Mexico in black and white? Or?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I want to see those.
Santos.
That's gonna have to be like
Demon. Oh,
like a project. Yeah. I mean, like a homework assignment. For
I
us,
gotta see because there's like a good 30, 40 of them out there.
How do you find them? I mean, I've tried searching before, and maybe I'm just not looking for the right thing.
I think you just gotta look. I think you have to go to horror sites and find like websites that have like hard to find movies or.
I mean, like find them as far as like the names of the movies.
Oh, the names
and stuff
of them.
Like that.
I'm pretty sure you can find them. Type in Santos movies.
Santos, okay.
Wrestling mass movies, because besides Santos was like he was one of the biggest wrestlers in all time, not only in Mexico but in the world.
Yeah.
He was like, you want to fight some vampires? Sure.
But
want to fight robots? Sure.
Yeah, because I seen a couple on TV before. My dad would watching like old movies, and then like I'd walk in, I'd be like, "What is this? This is cool, man." He'd show up with his mask and just fight stuff in dark caverns.
It's
and
such
stuff.
a great genre.
Yeah, it is cool.
So yeah.
Nice.
What was? Oh yeah, it was the Tarantino movie. Not excited.
So, we went on a sidetrack. I think me and Sonny are big sidetrack people.
Oh, big time.
Like Manny runs a tight ship, but we are very tangent people.
Yeah, because I mean, this is a area of that I love the most is film. So I go off in tangents all day. On
Same
movies,
here. Because you just go in rabbit holes. I mean, like, how did we end up with this out of Tarantino movie?
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yep.
That's all for my news articles. You got anything?
Got 2.
Okay.
I'll start with, I guess, something that's not so. I don't know. Anyway,
sure.
But PlayStation Plus, if you have PlayStation 4, you're getting a bunch of new free games. If you don't know, if you're a subscriber of PlayStation Plus, you get free games every month. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they're good, sometimes not that great.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty good ones this time. You're going to get Ratchet & Clank.
This for 4?
Yeah,
3?
PS4. Yeah.
Okay, PS4.
So this is the latest one. I think it's more of a. It was like a It wasn't. It doesn't say remaster on the box, but it's basically the first game, but redone for PS4.
Okay.
And I really like those games. It's like basically playing a Pixar game, or it's basically like playing a Pixar animation
style.
Yeah, on TV.
Yeah, I can see that.
And so it's a good game. I would check it out. The
Yeah.
guns are really inventive and stuff like that,
fun.
so I really like it. And then the other one is Bloodborne.
Really?
Do you have it?
I don't.
Now you do.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so Bloodborne's free. The DLC is really cheap right now. I think there's a bunch of sales going on on PlayStation Network.
I will say they have a lot of sales a lot of times, so you can pick up stuff pretty cheap now, so which is good.
There's a sale every week, and then there's like you can get stuff really cheap. I got actually the Battlefield 1, the whole year's worth season pass for $14.99.
Yeah, okay.
That was a good deal, man. That brought me back into the game like big time. It was going to be my nerd out, but actually I watched so many movies that Battlefield 1 kind of got sunset. But
movies win again.
But Bloodborne, so get that. It's free. Awesome. I bought it for like probably $16 like a year ago because it was on sale.
Yeah.
And I played it for several hours. I really liked it. I love the, like, what do they call it? I don't know if it's called Victorian or what it's called.
Yeah.
But it's like that kind of atmosphere, and it's super dark, super goth, super horror.
It takes a twist, and it's like, what?
And the monsters are really scary, and they're really difficult. I mean, this game is freaking really hard.
Yeah.
And it kind of almost...
I won't say it's Dark Souls hard, but it's still hard.
I don't know, man. I think it's harder. I mean, it's really hard.
Dark Souls is painfully evil. So
yeah, it's because Dark Souls, you're kind of like underpowered, and this one, at least you're capable of like fighting back.
Yeah. But
Bloodborne is going to be free.
Sweet. Yeah, they really stepped up their games. I think like the past maybe 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Because I remember before, even PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
They were like, here's a indie game.
Some little downloadable piece of crap.
Some download game, and maybe every now and then you get like a big title, which unlike Microsoft, which it was like. There's like a bunch of old full games that were like, wow, I remember playing this. Now I can play it on my Xbox.
But it was always like, with PlayStation, it was always like a 5-year-old game.
Yeah, it was like...
It was a huge game back then, but it's like, dude, I mean, everybody's played this game. Like, everybody's bought it.
Was like, But, because...
It's pretty good, though.
They got some good stuff coming out, so hopefully they keep it up. And because, I mean... Let's be honest, most new games aren't really that... They don't have a shelf life that long anymore.
No, they don't.
So it's kind of hard to, like, go back and play it. So if you're like, hey, we can give you this really cool game you used to play, or like, what are you playing your PlayStation 4 now? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Or give us cool games like Hotline Miami 1 and 2, which came out, Broforce,
Those were free, right? All those three?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially Broforce was fun as hell to play.
Oh, yeah, I know, man. We played it for so long.
We played almost like 8-10 hours.
Yeah, like 8-9 hours in one day. We just sat down for a minute and we're like, let's check this out. And then you keep getting more 80s stars, and then we're like...
So
then we turned it off, and it literally it tells you on Steam like how much you played. It says, you have played Broforce for 9 hours. We're like, what? 9 hours?
Like, what have I done?
What the hell happened? It was light out. It was hilarious, man. And I can't believe how long we played that game.
That was amazing.
That was a good one.
That was a good night.
Yeah, that was fun. So those 3 games.
Yeah.
And then I have one last piece of news. We won't spend too long on it, but Kevin Smith was in the hospital for a heart attack.
Yeah.
I liked his movies a lot. Latest movies, not that much, but some of them were okay. He gets a lot of hate now for his movies, but I really used to like his movies, and his podcasts were really good. He actually kind of sparked a little bit for me, this podcast, just because he would talk a lot about, like, if you want to try it, just turn it on, just turn a mic on and try it. And that was kind of like one thing that when you brought it up for the first time we did this podcast, I was kind of like, why not? Like, just jump into it, like, just try it, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm really kind of a fan of his, and I remember I've heard so much of his podcast that I know that his dad had a heart attack, and he died from it. The kind of crazy thing is that Kevin has lost a lot of weight lately. He's like a lot of weight, and he's been walking and all kinds of stuff. So it was really surprising. I guess just his heredity didn't, like, it went over his weight loss or whatever. Like,
it could be, but he was big for so long. It could have taken a toll on the heart.
Yeah, man. Probably
yeah,
like
but,
all his life, basically, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
but I mean, he's stable now.
yeah, he's fine.
Okay,
He's back home.
Hopefully, this is a big turning point for him, where like he's like, yeah, you know what, let's change everything. Because
man.
I mean, again, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but I don't want him to die.
Well,
So,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
No,
Because I mean, there's a lot of people who hate him with a passion, and those who love him will do anything for him. I mean, regardless of anyone in the industry or sports media, whatever, you never want to hear anything bad happen to anyone. They're crippled or they're paralyzed or they die from a heart attack. You never want to hear that.
Well, it kind of got So this was like, I don't know, man. I started like, it kind of bothered me at first because I was like, I've gained a lot of weight, and I'm like, and then I was like looking up, is there like warning signs for this? Like, how did he just one day get on stage and then collapse?
Yeah.
Like, did he not notice that there was weird things happening in his body and stuff? So I was like looking it up, and then I was like, oh man, I gotta get back to the gym. Yeah. So
yeah.
I went the other day, and so I was like, I don't know, it was a crazy story. Like, it was kind of, because he seemed so healthy lately that all of a sudden he lands in the hospital, he's almost dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of crazy. So,
so
I'm glad he's okay, man.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a crazy story.
Yeah. 2018, not this time.
Yeah, I think, what was that year? It was 17 or 16 that was the one
17.
where people were like, everybody
No,
dying.
It was 2016.
Like,
A ton of people died.
And a bunch of like high-profile people died.
Yep, and I
Ali and Prince and
then I remember like
whole bunch of people.
It was just about to finish. Carrie Fisher died. He's like, we got one more, you son of a bitch. I'm like, you bastards.
Yeah, that was a bad year.
Like, you whore.
That was a really bad year.
2016 is the devil.
A lot of celebrities died.
A lot. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It was crazy how much they were dropping.
Not this time. You can't have him or...
I think China as well? Didn't she die?
Yeah, she died. Oh, yeah.
A bunch of people,
horrible.
man. It was like weird.
I kind of want to see that
It was kind of weird.
documentary about her. She hasn't had a good run of stuff.
Yeah.
It was sad to hear.
Yeah, it was sad. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't have Stan Lee yet. You can't have Smith yet. So
Stan Lee, man, that guy's a survivor.
I'm not dying today, true believers.
All right, that was all my news.
Cool.
Nerdouts?
Yeah, let's go with Nerdouts.
A lot of movies, man. I watched a lot.
Yeah, I'm surprised you actually watched as many as you did.
I think I got because I said like on the first episode that I always put games first, but for some reason I couldn't bring myself to play anything. I played a little Battlefield and I played a little UFC.
New one or
no? The third one just seems like a waste of money.
Oh, okay.
So I kept playing the second one, which is like 2 years old. But
might be 3.
Yeah, and they haven't changed enough for me to get 3. Like, I watched a lot of videos.
Yeah.
And actually, it was on sale on PlayStation this weekend.
Oh, was it?
For $38. Normally, it's $60-something.
That's not bad.
So it's a good deal, and I almost did it. But then I watched a lot of videos, and I was like, dude, this is just not different enough. And the fighters are so similar, and it's like, I'm not really missing anything, so I'm just going to go play the second one.
Yeah, might as well.
And that was enough for me. And
sports games are really worth keep buying every year or every couple years.
And then so I started watching a bunch of movies. I think it kind of spiraled from the first one that I saw, which was the day after, or maybe it was like the weekend after we saw Black Panther, where I got curious about the director Ryan Coogler. And like I was like, how did he go from? I always heard of Fruitvale Station, but I never watched it. And I saw it on streaming a bunch of times, and I was like, I'm not a big Michael Jordan fan. And
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B.
You gotta add the B.
He actually went by Michael Jordan a bunch of times.
That's funny.
But Michael B. Jordan. So I wasn't drawn to that movie, but I did watch Creed, and I thought that was really well done. And then, of course, I saw Black Panther. So it made me very curious for this movie. And so I went back. It's on Netflix. I watched it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You seen it?
No.
You haven't seen it?
It was on my list for a long time, but it just kind of like stuff kept coming out and kept adding to the list because my queue is full.
I know, me too.
So stuff is lost.
Yeah, me too. So this kind of made me go back because I was like, what? I'm curious about movie making from like a nobody perspective.
Right.
Like people like Robert Rodriguez, like where he made his mariachi movie for like $5,000 or $7,000 or some ridiculous number.
Yeah, it was really low.
And it catapults people into careers and stuff. So that's from that perspective, I was very curious. And I was like, how did he? Like, it would be amazing to me if I was ever like working on a Marvel movie or something like that. Yeah. So I was like, how did this guy like do this? Like, this is pretty cool. So that's why I wanted to see it, and I also wanted to see like what put Michael B. Jordan on the map. I don't know if it was this movie that put him on the map, but I think
Chronicle got him started.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good actor.
But it was after this movie.
Yeah, and then he got Fruitvale Station, which is the one where, okay, and then Creed kind of like, poof,
Creed,
shot him up.
Well, yeah, we were like pretty much skyrocketed.
Yeah.
But usually, like for me, movies, I find it hard to like have real emotions about them. Like I will have joy or not joy like for the characters. Like it's more like for the action or stuff.
Right,
like,
yeah.
It's more superficial. Like for me, like when people say I saw this movie about a real story, or I saw this movie and this character moved me and I cried. I don't do that. Like for me, 9 times out of 10, I don't get emotionally connected like that. So I think maybe it's me personally, my personality and stuff. I'm kind of like closed off a little bit, but this movie like made me sad, man. Like this was a very sad story, and it was really well done. Like I don't know how much. I was very curious. I wanted to find out more like about how much money went into this and how some of the stuff he did in this was it seemed it would be very hard to do on your own.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was on his own or not, but like blocking off city streets and getting like 50 people to show up, stuff like that seems very hard for like a first time director. So. But unless you have backing and you have money. But a lot of the shots in here were really good, and I just liked the movie a lot, man. I gave it like a 9 out of 10. The performances were good. I could see why Michael B. Jordan is like a big deal. Like he did a really good job in this movie, man.
Cool.
So the movie is super good, and I would definitely recommend it. It is sad though, so if you got to be ready for a sad movie. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't get sad at movies. So.
Well, not anymore, but I think since you have kids, you kind of you got married and you got kids, so you're like
I've softened.
You're like the real world sucks.
Because you know what. There is a funny story behind Interstellar. I'll probably wait till Manny comes.
He tells a lot better.
But I saw that before I had kids, and then I saw it one day after my second daughter was born. And man, it blew me away. Like it changed my freaking world. Like,
I
was like, wow.
I cried so hard.
I was like, wow, you need. This is the thing about like seeing movies when you're young. Like I don't know if you see them when you're 19 and then you watch it again.
It changes you.
When you're, like 10 years later, you're like,
you've gone through stuff, good, bad, and different. But
that's
you've
what I've
changed,
been noticing.
Yeah, you grow up, you learn about struggles and problems, and it's like, damn, this shit hits home.
Yeah, really. And then like another example was like Nocturnal Animals, where
I love that movie so much.
That movie like just changed my perspective on movies in general. Like I don't know, like if I would have saw that when I was 18 or something, I would have been like, this is a stupid movie. So it's like crazy how. And then like I don't know, I feel like I'm turning into like an old man because like I see like I notice people like when I go out like kids or something, or like young people like 20. I just can't identify with them anymore. Like I'm just like, wow, dude, I'm like so far gone. Like a 20-year-old feels like a 10-year-old, man. Like
it's weird, because I mean each generation of new teenagers and young 20s, it's so radically different from like the previous.
I could see kind of why old people like they're like, oh, these whippersnappers, they're such idiots.
I mean,
I don't go to that extreme because but like
because I think but I mean,
but I can see why they say that.
It's pretty easy to see. I mean, again, this podcast is mainly for entertainment purposes and stuff like that. So we don't want to get into politics and of why different generations the way they are. But I mean, as you grow up, you're like, this wasn't around when we were kids or even teenagers, and now it's like this is our kids' future, and there's gonna be a disconnect because
it's kind of a double-edged sword, man.
Yeah, so
to have that. But Fruitvale was so good, man. It was so freaking good. Like it was just. To me, it was like what he did with such a simple story, and the shots that he got, and the ambiance was very like haunting. Like there was like some creepy. I don't want to give things away. Maybe if you've heard the real life story, but it's still worth a watch because you get to know this character, and it's just you get very close to him. Like you feel like you knew him or something. Like it was just crazy. Like I've seen so many countless news stories where it's like this person died, and it's like after a while you don't feel bad, and I feel bad saying that, but and it's kind of sad that it took a movie to make me feel bad, but you don't get the context though, because it's not enough. Like as humans, I think we need more to latch on to something.
And this is why movies for me are my favorite medium. Is because, let's be honest, no one cares about anything in the world until it affects you personally. And then all of a sudden, well, hold on, wait a minute.
Yep.
I don't agree with this.
Like sugar tax or something.
Yeah, you know,
it's like, oh, hey,
yeah, so,
you got to pay for my soda?
Yeah, it's like, easy there, partner, hold on.
Yeah.
So, like, when you see these movies that, I know people get mad, well, why do you need a movie to teach you about stuff? It's because we don't care.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
We're kind of raised in a way where it's like you have to worry about you and your family. You don't have time to worry about everything else.
Well,
it's like you can't change the world. I mean, we can't, but we can help.
It feels like you can't, but if
you
get together,
you can.
If you get together enough, you can make it happen.
So when you get a movie that tells a small little story about
this is very small,
a real small story to something really big, you feel like, oh, I'm here. It's happening to me because I'm watching it through this character's eyes. So now you have context of what's going on. It's like, oh, maybe I should go home and look up some other stuff and kind of care a little bit more about things because especially in Chicago where even our newspapers that are like entertainment newspapers, which is the Red Eye,
they're just dreary, man.
No. Well, like, okay, so here's the thing with the Red Eye magazine.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here's what's coming up, new concerts, new TV shows, restaurants.
Yeah.
And there's a homicide tracker in there.
Jesus
It tells you where people died and how many for that week or weekend.
It's bad.
It's terrifying the fact that our entertainment magazine has a homicide tracker in it.
Yeah, it is bad.
And the fact that we just kind of glance over it.
Well, that was the thing with this movie is that I felt like this could have happened to almost anybody. Like, like me, like I had to take the train downtown to Chicago. You pass through bad areas and you don't know who's on the train.
Yeah.
And this was like, it was eye-opening. I mean, the character was super, like, I felt so connected to the guy, like, sympathetically, like, in everything that was happening to him, like, it just felt like it's just an everyman story, and it was really good. I mean, it was probably one of the best things I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
So it was probably better. If this was like a 2017 movie, it would have made, like, my top 5 last year.
Nice.
Like, it's better than most stuff that's coming out. Like, I'm kind of like gravitating towards stuff like this, like just original, small. Not the typical stuff that I used to. So
right, yeah.
I guess it's me that I'm changing. So, but it was so good, man. You got to check it out. It was really good.
Nice.
I got a lot of movies.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, go far away.
I think I'll go to the next one. We'll probably keep them a little shorter. So, I, Tanya.
Yes.
I saw this with my wife, Nicole. She was going to see it in theaters last year, but we didn't get a chance. But I did see it. Sebastian Stan is also in it, who is also known as the Winter Soldier in the Marvel movies. And then Margot Robbie is in it, who is known as Harley Quinn. Yeah. I wasn't expecting her to be able to act that as good as she did. I mean, she was pretty incredible.
I can understand that, yeah.
You just, because she hasn't been given the roles, and you just don't know that.
Yeah, here in the United States, she's been used more as like a sex object.
Well, yeah.
It's like, she's pretty, and that's all you need to know.
Yeah, so it was good. I mean, I really liked it. I have some small notes, but not a lot.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of like a little too long.
In the
middle, it started dragging.
So I saw this in theaters last year, and this actually made my top 10 of 2017. I think it was number 7. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was. I know it was on there.
It's to me it was great. I didn't feel the length of it that much, but
I did.
I can see why. It's pretty tough.
We have Can we plug this in real quick?
Yeah.
All right, so you really liked it, huh?
I did.
I did too. It was just really weird. Interesting story.
Yeah. Because I used to watch VH1 a lot, and
you did?
Yeah. So it was like it was like I love the 80s and 70s and 90s and all that kind of stuff. So you heard about the story, but you never really knew. Can you tell me?
Is that better?
Yeah. You never really knew the actual story of it and like what she actually went through in her whole home life and her stuff with her mom.
What I like is that there was like this thing that said some of this is true, but some of it we can't figure out if it's true.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like he's like like whose word do we trust? I don't know,
Yeah.
but
There's like fourth wall breaking and stuff.
Yeah,
it's good. It was really
and
good.
that's why I liked it too. It wasn't like a straight doc film where like like this they would break the fourth wall. They would do in jokes and to me, then there's a couple parts where it was like, why am I laughing at this? I shouldn't be laughing.
Yeah.
It's pretty messed up. But to me, it's a really good movie. It's a solid story, and Margot Robbie, she was really good. I think she was great in it.
She was really, really good.
So Sebastian Stan, I was gonna tell you to go watch it just to see with Nicole to see him. Gonna be like, if she likes him a lot. If she liked him before, I doubt she'll like him now.
She still likes him.
Damn, that's terrible.
But yeah, no, I know.
He's a dick in the movie, but yeah,
he was great, man.
He was good. Yeah,
he was different than I ever seen him act.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, I think it made my 7 in my top list of last year. So definitely check it out.
Yeah, I think so. So if you have Amazon streaming, they added Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. I know you hate it. I wanted to like it so bad because the freaking world building. I'm a sucker for that. Sure. And then the visuals were well done. Like they were very high quality, like better than a lot of stuff I've seen, like from even bigger budget movies and bigger properties. But it was really good. Visually, I really loved it, and I like all the like love and care they put into the aliens. Like it's not just like, oh, this is a like a big giant stupid alien that we don't even have any backstory for. Yeah, like Luc Besson, the director, he did The Fifth Element, and of course you could see like the influences there. So I think ever since back then he was a fan of this comic, and this was originally a comic. And he like skipped his own pay to be able to make this movie. Like,
I hope so. The budget was huge.
But I mean, he was like, I don't know. He wanted this to happen so bad. And I wanted to like it so bad. But the leads were so terrible, and the casting was bad. Yeah. The story was okay. It wasn't that bad, honestly.
I'll give you okay.
The movie was watchable. I'll say it's watchable.
Is it?
It's super stupid, and the leads are so hard to get into. But I just like the pace. I honestly have to say the pace, they kept going. Like it was always a chase. There was always something. I kind of liked it. It was like, I give it like a 5 or 6 out of 10, which is not high, but I don't know, man. I had kind of a little bit of fun with it. Like it was just a stupid movie. Turn your brain off and enjoy some aliens and stuff like that. I kind of like some of it.
I mean,
but there was definitely like huge problems. I mean, the casting alone was so terrible, man.
I can understand where you can have some fun with it. Yeah. But for me, it was like the fact that the majority of it was like a CGI movie. And it was like...
I was okay with it.
I mean, to me, it was just kind of meh. Because, I mean, again, first of all, the two main leads, Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne.
Yeah.
They have no chemistry. They're both wooden. It's like...
They're both bad.
It's like...
they were really bad.
Like, you're just here for the paycheck, aren't you?
And it's like the comic, if you look at I looked up some of the images of it, and the characters, they look... You would say, like, from a looks perspective, the casting was perfect.
If they were younger, yeah.
But from a story-wise, it doesn't make sense. Like, they are not... They can't be like the biggest badasses of the entire galaxy. Like
no, they
can't even do chemistry with each other. Yeah, like it's just
there was like one fight scene where it was like, oh look, they're badasses. I'm like, you're going up against you're going up against like slow, big fat monster things,
big troll.
It's
things.
Like if you can't beat them, you don't deserve to be here.
I like the little triplet monster or space alien thing, like the ones that know everything.
Oh yeah,
those are great.
Yeah,
there was some really cool stuff, man. Like there was some really inventive stuff that I've never seen, like weapons, like technology. Some good ideas. There was some really good stuff.
The armor, the suits, the guns were cool because they weren't just like the standard. Oh, it's pew 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 pew. It was like cool. In the world, it makes sense of the way it looks and the way it works and why they use it and need it.
What I like about Amazon streaming movies on there is that they have this X-ray thing. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No.
But it's basically a bunch of little tidbits underneath the movie. As you watch it. You can so like for example, I saw Blade Runner on Amazon streaming, and the X-ray feature. When you click on it, like if you tap your screen while you're watching it, or like if you're on a TV, if you push like the menu button and like the pause menu and all that stuff comes up, there's a little X-ray thing, and you click it, and there's every single scene. For some movies, it's every single scene has like something. It's almost like featurettes that they used to have, but instead of watching them, you could just read them.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll go back after a movie and read them all, read every single one. Yeah. If I really into the movie. But this one had like some ones, and one of the ones was that he wrote like a 200 or 400 page book on all the like aliens and their backstory. I appreciate the effort on stuff like that. I know it was like completely unnecessary and didn't help the movie.
I won't say it's unnecessary. Maybe the 400 page part, but the fact that it doesn't really show in the movie. Yeah, exactly. It's like I was just wasting.
I just wish I wanted to like this so much, and I hope his career's not over because he has some cool movies.
I mean, the studio that helped fund it, it's in the hole.
I think. It
might have gone under too. But I'm not sure, but it was pretty bad.
It's like with The Fifth Element, it's like definitely rewatchable, and I think it had a lot to do with the cast.
It's out there. It's weird. It's different. It looks different than like most sci-fi movies that you got at the time. Yeah, because at the time, even now, you guys still looking like the first Blade Runner movie or Aliens, feel to it. It's like we could just copy and paste the look and put our own story into it. Where he went completely off the rails with The Fifth Element and gave us something different and looked original and new. And it was like, oh, okay, so you can actually do different stuff besides what we normally get.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that there's more opportunities for that kind of stuff. But
it'd be nice just maybe don't do I think it was a 200 or 250 million budget, and it made like nothing.
It was just because he spent so much on visuals.
Oh, he spent a lot of visuals.
I think there was that X-ray thing again. It said there was like 3,000 visual effects shots. So that's a super high number. Like
it's stupidly amount.
Yeah. So it's just those leads were such a waste.
Yeah,
I really like Dane DeHaan. I like him and stuff, and he was just kind of horrible in this.
I liked him in Chronicle, not Spider-Man 2, but The Amazing Spider-Man.
It's just the stuff around it sucked, but yeah. So, all right, I saw 3 more, and I'm gonna go a little quicker on these.
No, we'll see.
Jeepers Creepers 3. Did you see it?
Hell no! I saw the trailer and I'm like, nope.
I am a sucker for Jeepers Creepers. I love the first 2 movies. I like them so much. I appreciate. I don't appreciate, but I recognize the fact that the director is a scumbag. But the 3rd movie's on Netflix now, so I checked it out. I really wanted to see it. I love this creature. I really like this creature in the background and what he can do. Yeah. And the first 2 movies, but this movie was pretty god awful. And it was actually, if you've watched part 2, it's like the ending to that. Spoilers, I guess, if you haven't seen this. They like capture the creature, and
it like majority of it's between 1 and 2, and then the ending is saying part 2.
No, it's not. It's between 1 and 2. Yeah, but you would think. Like after part 2, I was like, I want to see what the hell happens. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like story-wise, continuity-wise. So it goes back and it has a lot of really. It has a horrible cast. It's okay if it's nobodies, but the nobodies are terrible. And so the CGI is all bad. They turn his truck from the first movie into like
a Batmobile,
like a transformer. Yeah, it's like a Batmobile with a bunch of gadgets on it, and like really bad.
It's weird, horrible. Because I don't remember it doing much in the first or second movie, if anything.
Yeah, and he's barely in it. He loses like all his charm. Like in the first 2 movies, he's kind of like dark humorous kind of thing.
I see that. Bit. Yeah, I can see that.
And so it's pretty overall really bad. Weird. It's like a 2 or 3 out of 10. I mean, it's bad.
As soon as I saw the trailer, I'm like, it looks like a bunch of college kids in the film department was like, let's make Jeepers Creepers 3.
It was
like, you get like $2,000. Okay.
I mean,
so it's terrible.
I think they could have done better than that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it just from the trailer. It looks terrible.
I know. I had to because I love the first 2 so much.
Yeah. Oh, there's the movies I've seen because I like the franchise or stories or characters, and I'm like, I should have never done this, but I did it.
And in the end, I guess I'll spoil it, but just if you at all care, this is a spoiler, but the chick from the first movie, the one who loses her brother, Derry, she shows up at the end, and she has like a super close up on her face, and she just says like a line, like "I'm gonna get you" or something. It was so bad. I mean, God,
Oh,
Jesus, it was horrible.
If
So this franchise is probably dead, and we'll never see the Creeper again.
I don't know. I mean, if somehow they can make the fourth, well, yeah, it'll be the fourth one now.
Yeah.
If they can get a decent enough budget, make it smaller, like in scale.
Yeah.
And like
The first movie was so cool.
even
man.
idea, it's
Yeah.
just like if you scale it down, you could probably give it a good number 4, where then you will sew everything up.
Yeah,
But
you could.
I again, it could be done, but
No
it's
pun
highly
intended.
unlikely. No pun intended. Well, actually,
Maybe.
all my puns are very intended.
Yes, this is very bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
All right, I saw a Netflix original called Sandcastle.
Okay, now this one I might have heard, but I had no idea what it's about.
So it's a war film about the war in Afghanistan. It's set in about 2003. So
Oh, yes, okay.
this has Nicholas
I've heard of
Holt,
it. Yeah.
who I really like. He was Nux in Mad Max. Fury
Yes.
Road.
And he played Beast in
Yep.
the new X-Men
Yep.
movies with McAvoy and
Yep,
Fassbender.
exactly, yeah. And I like him a lot. So he was in this, and then Henry Cavill, who plays Superman, is in this, and he's in it a lot less than the trailer makes you think.
Yeah,
This is really about Nicholas Holt and his squad,
okay.
and then Cavill is more like a
Is it
like a
Cable or
spec up.
Cavill?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna call him
Okay.
Cavill.
Okay. I'm just curious.
But he's like a special forces kind of guy,
Okay.
and Nicholas Holt is just a private in
Okay.
a small unit. And this is actually a really good war movie. I am actually a big war movie fan.
Yeah, me
I
too.
like small little squads and
Mhm.
stuff like that. I've seen, oh God, man, I must have seen like almost most of the war movies out there.
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of them.
That's true. But if you name all the big ones and maybe some of the small ones, I've seen them.
Okay.
But this is really good. I would check it out if you're into war movies at all. And Nicholas Holt does a really good job in this movie. I'll just give you a really basic, like, one sentence.
Sure.
So there's like a squad in Afghanistan who gets a job.
Mhm.
With all the bombings and stuff that have happened, there's like a town that has run out of water because of bombings.
Okay.
The pipes are destroyed and stuff like that. This squad is supposed to go to this town and kind of keep the peace a little bit. And
okay.
they're supposed to go basically take this journey, like a 2-hour drive
Yeah.
through the desert to the pumping station and help fix it.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then
makes
they
sense.
have to shuttle water back and forth.
Mhm.
So it's like every
Okay.
single day they got to take like a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
Go fill up the tanks,
Ugh,
drive back.
It's terrifying.
What's terrifying about it, of course, is that the 2-hour drive probably feels like eternity because there's like
IEDs everywhere.
there's bombs, there's like random people driving.
Mhm.
You don't know if they're a threat or not.
Yeah.
They don't understand you. They don't like you.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that.
It's a terrifying ride every day.
And you get to know the squad. You get to like the squad. There's some really great action in this. Overall, really, really good. There's some good humor actually in it. Surprisingly, Cable's
Yeah.
pretty funny, and he's got like this Texas Longhorn accent, like really like he does it well actually. It's
Okay,
just kind of
so-
funny seeing it.
Like Tommy Lee Jones thick or
Like kind of like how Bradley Cooper sounded in American Sniper, like kind of like that.
I haven't
almost.
seen American Sniper yet.
Oh my god, you gotta watch that. It is a very good movie. I really enjoyed that.
There's actually a number of war movies. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen American Sniper. I haven't seen Sandcastle. I haven't seen 14 Hours yet. Or is it 13
13
hours?
hours.
13 hours, yeah.
Those three, very, very, very good.
Or
I check them all out.
or the newest one with like my favorite actor, Michael Shannon. It was,
Oh yeah, 12 Strong.
12 Strong, yeah.
I wanted to see that so bad.
We wanted to see it, but it just
didn't work
Stuff
out.
kept happening. We didn't go.
Yeah, man, I wanted to see that.
Yeah,
But
so-
this was so good. I really liked it. It was a surprise, to be
Nice.
honest. So it's a Netflix original. Check it out. Last one,
Mm-hmm.
The Shape of Water.
Ah, yes.
I watched it.
Yes.
I am sad that I couldn't go to the theater and support this movie.
Yeah, it was.
I wanted to see it, but I saw Crimson Peak and I liked it, but it was I kind of kept getting these vibes from these last two movies of Del Toro
Mhm.
that like I would have maybe watched this at home because I don't know, it's just kind of maybe it would be a hard watch, but this was definitely not.
Mhm.
I actually I have to give it a 10 out of 10. I mean, it was
Nice.
really good. It was so good in every level. I mean, it was just perfect. Like if it was like if you liked Pan's Labyrinth, this was like that, but dialed up
Um,
to a little bit. It had the storybook like kind of
Yeah,
feel to it, like if somebody's reading a story to you, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, if we compare the movies, there are elements that they share, but they're both completely different movies. But they
totally.
But they both share the same tone and feel of it.
But you and me have always been like huge Del Toro fans. Like we went so far as to take like a 7-hour drive.
Oh yes.
North to like the museum that had his collection from his house.
Minnesota.
Yeah. Minneapolis.
So we drove up there with two babies in the car, right?
Or one? Like a 3-month-old and like a
it was both
3-year-old.
Yep.
And that was a difficult journey.
It was hard, but it was worth it though. It was.
Oh my God.
It was great. It was. As a nerd, it's one of those few things where like you have to do it and say you did it. Like not even a bucket list. Is like I went there and I did it, and a lot of people went, but how many people actually went 7-hour drive to go see it
with 2 little kids?
Yeah, it was.
If you don't know what it is, it was basically Guillermo del Toro has a house dedicated to like monsters and artifacts and like stuff that he loves.
He's collected and bought over many years.
And what's cool about this exhibit is that he basically gutted his house. He didn't take everything out, but he
didn't gut it
because he has so much.
He barely touched it.
Yeah, probably he barely like nicked it. But he took a bunch of stuff that he likes and stuff from his movies and things and everything. He brought it to a museum. Mm-hmm. And so us being in Chicago, we took the journey. Because this is like once in a lifetime.
Because this was the closest it was ever going to get to us.
Totally.
So we're like, well, we have to go.
Yeah, they took it to L.A. first, and that's obviously like a 24-hour drive. So we're not going to do that. No. And then they took it to Canada, somewhere north.
It would have been nice with all the strippers and booze. But still, that's a big drive.
And then they brought it down here. So we had to go see it. So that said, I mean, I'm just really happy for Del Toro that he finally got recognition. Yeah. He definitely deserved recognition before this. He's done some really great stuff. And what I was like thinking, I was like, how does he go from like Pacific Rim, where people would basically ignore the movie, to like, Shape of Water, where everybody's like, this guy's Oscar nominated, and he's got like 13 of the 15 categories nominated. It's crazy.
What I like about his movies is a majority of them is he has sympathy and love for the monster itself. It's like,
but he also shows it to you. Like he makes you feel that as well.
Exactly. Yeah, like you feel like this thing is mistreated. It's
especially in this movie.
Man. I mean, like this, like
there might be some spoilers here.
Maybe. We'll try to avoid them, but just in case, beware spoilers. Mm-hmm. So this movie is a period piece. I want to say the 50s.
Yeah,
40s,
there's like
50s,
50s, 60s.
It's the 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
Basically, the main character is a mute woman who is a janitor for this.
Like a government facility
where they do experiments and other stuff. And one day, Michael Shannon comes in, being Michael Shannon, comes in and is and put in charge of the security in the facility, because now they found this creature from the Amazon River. They brought him in to study it because the locals believe it's a god and he has god-like properties to him. And she ends up falling in love with him because they're both freaks. Because
outsiders.
Yeah, outsiders, weirdos. Because the fact that she's mute, people treat her like ugh.
And plus her, like, I guess 50s, 60s being a woman, and then also her position at the company. Yep. She's just a janitor, so everybody, she's very much outsider. Yeah, and even her friends, her coworker and friend, she's a black woman. It's like, well, you good luck. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, in the 50s, 60s,
When you're and one of her best friends is a starving artist who is secretly gay as well. So it's like just a
bunch of misfits.
Misfits, and it's,
it was so good, man.
The only issue I had with the movie was that I think it was a little too long. The ending, it kind of really, to me, it comes out of nowhere. It doesn't really set it up. Where like it feels like, where like in Pan's Labyrinth, it felt natural and organic. It's like, oh, okay, I can see that. This one is just like, it was like,
same with
kind of came out of nowhere.
Devil's Backbone.
Yeah,
that was a good pace and a good build up and everything.
Yeah,
I could see that, but I couldn't knock it, man. I had to stay at the time.
Don't get me wrong. This is one of my favorite movies of last year. Again, this was also on my top 10. I don't remember the list. It might have been 4 or 5. It was it was pretty high up there.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen almost all of his movies, even
Me
stuff
too.
even stuff that he didn't direct, but he had a big hand in it, like the Orphanage,
Yeah,
which is a
and
really
Mama as well.
Mama is like so like
Yeah.
stuff that he's really heavily involved in.
Yeah.
I've seen
Oh, me
outside
too.
of what he just written directed himself.
Yeah,
There's like maybe one or two I haven't seen of his, but
yeah,
because like again, they're just like go back to Crimson Peak. It was a movie that I conceptually I wouldn't like because it is a Victorian love story. It's very nichey,
yeah.
but
I liked it. though.
it was gorgeous movie.
It was,
It is
yeah.
beautiful. The
His
colors,
sets
the
are always
cinematography.
amazing. Yep.
And so like I fell in love with it. And Crimson Peak. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't pause. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I just had to finish it now.
Well, yeah. I mean, the sets were amazing.
Shape of Water again. Everyone's on point.
Yeah.
The
Performances that he got were
Yeah.
like, wow.
This and again, like going back to Michael Shannon, this is like he plays that really intimidating asshole really well. But
Yeah.
this he goes next level with it. He's
He was
such a
great.
dick in this movie.
No, he's,
There's certain points where I wanted to clap like, oh, you're a dick.
yeah, he's one of our favorites as
Yeah,
well.
he's
And
great.
everything about this movie was, God, I just want to watch it again.
I know,
It was the
I
best
mean,
thing ever.
I know. I just like one day I just want to like if I'm ever off of a week of work, whatever, I just want to sit down and watch all his movies.
Yeah,
just wanna
I
see
haven't
them
seen
all.
Kronos.
Yeah, I think that was his first
And
one.
Mimic has been probably 20 years since I've
It's
seen
been a
it.
while.
So those
But
two,
we
no,
remember,
but I've
from
seen the rest.
What we remember, we liked it.
Yeah,
But yeah, so it would be interesting to go see a couple of movies we're kind of iffy on, see if they still hold up.
yeah.
But I thought overall, his work,
I've always loved his
solid.
work so
Yeah.
much.
And the fact that you see a difference of style change over the
Oh
years.
God, yeah, man.
He started from his very first movie when he was in Spain. You know, oh no, it was in Spain or Mexico.
There you go. I think.
I think he made a movie in Spain one time. But yeah,
He might have. But the first time I got
Mexico
exposed to him was
first,
probably Blade 2.
yeah,
But
I
back
think
then-
that was the first one that we all saw of his, and then we went back and started watching. It's like
Yeah.
who directed this? I'm
Yeah,
just
when
curious.
we finally got, like, when we saw it together when we were kids, like
Yeah.
probably 14, 15 in theaters.
Yeah.
And we were like blown away. We thought it was the coolest thing ever. Like the kind of like the lore he put into the vampires. Like he
that's cool.
injected like new life into them.
Yeah.
And the action. It was just like to us it was the greatest movie ever made, like back then.
Yeah.
And still to me is one of my favorite movies ever. But seeing the change from that to like
Yeah, 'cause-
to everything.
Yeah, I
And,
mean
like,
from
every movie like
from Kronos
he
to
evolves like every single movie.
from Mimic to
Backbone,
Pan's Labyrinth and
Pan's
everything. Just like
Labyrinth.
now that he has more money
Yeah.
to do things.
Oh, especially now.
the sets, the colors,
Yeah.
the cameras, like everything he does, it evolved. He's not the same director throughout
No,
his
not at
whole
all.
career. He's changed and evolved into something that is good. Where like he can tell a story with visuals and
Yeah.
still give you a story and
Oh, for
character.
sure.
You know, where like some it's like Tarantino is more dialogue and like he he'll put music and other things to help with the story. This he uses more visuals and colors and
Technique.
aspects and techniques and stuff
Yeah.
to be like he can tell you a story, but he also gives you an actual story to go with
And it's
all
like
that.
yeah, and it's not just dialogue. I mean, it's visual story.
Mhm.
So the visuals were great.
So
The one thing I never noticed is like editing in the movies. Like,
yeah,
but I did in this one because it was so smooth.
Mhm.
The transitions were like perfect, and the whole movie, man, just such
Solid.
a giant.
Yeah, it's
I will cry tears for him if he wins.
yeah.
Oscar. I want him to get best director.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
if he can't get that, then I would
he
say
gets
like
something.
any of the other ones would be good.
yeah,
He's got to get at least one, right, out of 13.
That'd be nice. Someone get something.
But now he's like nominated for like over 10, right, awards.
Yeah, it's a lot of awards.
So hopefully that like even if he doesn't win, he gets more people to back him.
Yeah.
To do more.
Yeah, because
projects.
like a big issue with the fact that he doesn't make more movies
Yeah.
is the fact that he wants to do these big grand stories.
Yeah.
Like he wanted to do a H.P. Lovecraft movie.
Yeah.
I
Mountains of
think he
Madness.
I think he wants to remake at the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah.
But it's like, how much do you need? No.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm sorry.
I know
Get out
they
of here. Go away.
Well, it's like he was for Pacific Rim. I think it was like Legendary
Yeah.
Pictures,
Yeah.
and they're not known for like the biggest giant blockbuster.
No. Well, not anymore.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
They got bought out. So now.
Yeah. So hopefully he
now we
gets
see
more
more
chances to do
Yeah,
stuff.
that'd be cool. Yeah, and it's funny because the fact that he needed a big big budget for Mouth of Madness, because the thing with H.P. Lovecraft stories is that it's not necessarily the creatures and special effects. It's the journey to madness, because like at the end, you might see something, or you might hear something, or you might see something. Yeah. But it's about
mostly like one person going nuts.
Yeah, one person going nuts, because the whole aspect of H.P. Lovecraft stories and Cthulhu and all those monsters is that they're so ancient and beyond our thought process. It drives you nuts, the fact that you can never comprehend what they are.
Yeah, and it's kind of like that's what I learned, like reading some of the stories. I was like, oh, there's like barely anything in here. But the ideas are cool, though.
Yeah, and a little sidetrack on that is the fact that Cthulhu's only ever been in one story. And yet he's like the most popular, famous out of all monsters. But there's only one story.
I didn't even know
it was the Call of Cthulhu. Yeah. Just one story. But like now there's so much build around them. It's like,
there is,
wow.
Man. I mean, there's like a Metallica song. There's like countless games and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so
all about him.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, like he's like one of 9.
There's a lot of
monsters, right, or something like that.
The elder gods.
He's just like one of them.
Yeah,
and to Lovecraft, he wasn't even that great, probably.
Yeah,
I mean, he was probably just like, this is just one of them.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't even.
Yeah, he's like, he's somewhere in there in the ocean down there. He's fine. So, it's pretty interesting. So I'm really excited to see what he does next. Yeah, if he goes more original stories, or will he do what he did with Blade 2 and adapt, an existing property, which I kind of
well, a lot of stuff that
it depends on what he does, but I kind of want him to keep making like actually what I want him to make is a Frankenstein movie.
Yeah, well, he's a huge fan.
He's a huge fan of him, but I know for a fact that he would make a great movie of him.
Yeah, well, of course.
It would definitely borrow a lot from the original movie of him being kind of sympathetic, because I think Frankenstein is basically a dumb child who doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah. So, he's always accidentally doing something wrong.
So,
but I think it's not going to happen right now, because there have been so much like attempts to bring Frankenstein back lately.
Universal's messed up.
Terrible attempts.
Terrible.
Like I think there's been 2 tries in the last like 5 years.
There was a Max Landis movie called it was Frankenstein.
I Frankenstein.
No, I Frankenstein was with Aaron Eckhart. Yeah. The action movie, and then Max Landis made a movie about Frankenstein.
With
McAvoy and Harry Potter kid.
Radcliffe.
Yeah. Which I heard the studio kind of like killed the script. Was like, no, you need to change this. Yeah. Which I don't doubt, because his stories are pretty out there and kind of like different.
They are. They either trust him or they do make him butcher it.
Yeah. So those 2 failed attempts, and then we saw what happened with
they're not going to do
the
it.
Mummy with Tom Cruise, and so they keep
the classic.
They keep messing up the classic monsters.
Yeah, they do.
Of our time.
They do.
So I don't know what's going to happen
if
next.
Anybody could do it, it would be him.
Yeah, I would love to see him do a Frankenstein movie. Yeah, I think it would be fantastic.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I can't wait to see what he does. He has a lot at the. We'll make a post eventually about this, and we'll share the pictures with you guys. Yeah. But at his museum exhibit, he had a ton of comics. Man, he had like Swamp Thing, and he had Black Panther, and he had Hellboy, of course. Oh yeah. But he had a lot of random stuff. He had like the Demon Etrigan, and he had a lot of cool.
I wouldn't say that was too random.
Like horror stuff.
That kind of makes sense.
I mean, it does make sense, but like, he's just not that popular.
Cool
like,
to see.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I just love his.
Yeah, which is weird.
He has like the craziest like tangents he goes on, like with the stuff that he loves. Like, he's got a lot of artwork, a lot of everything. I mean, he's got everything. It's kind of crazy, the stuff that he likes.
Yeah, thanks. It was awesome.
Can't wait for him to do something else.
Yeah,
do another movie.
So can't wait.
Cool. I saw a lot of movies. Mostly good.
Nice.
Even Valerian, I couldn't hate it.
All right.
I was okay.
That's fair.
I was okay watching it.
Yeah.
I had fun watching it. I just thought the visuals were fun and the aliens, but everything I saw was pretty good. Kind of like I went all over the place though. Like there's like a true story indie, small Fruitvale, and then there's like to aliens. So yeah, gigantic blockbuster aliens. Then I went to like a small streaming war movie.
Yeah.
Then Shape of Water. Then it was just kind of crazy all over. I kind of was just like in a movie mode. Like I wanted. It was like for me, it was like bedtime stories. Like nice. Before bed, I would just watch a movie.
Nice.
but these were actually good. Like I wasn't like rewatching crap that I've seen 1,000 times.
Right, yeah, which is pretty easy to do. You're like, well, I don't want to watch something new or try something, so I'm just gonna watch the Running Man.
Like lately, I've been having a better movie experience like on an iPad, like just close to my face than instead of like on a screen. Like for some reason, I've been watching them that way. And maybe it's like not the most optimal, but like I mean, to me, it's better that way. Like it's
if it helps get you into the mood of the movie.
Yeah,
you know,
like I said, it was like
helps.
It was like a bedtime story mood. Like it was just like open up this magical window of light and show me a story before I go to bed. These are all pretty good. So yeah, I kind of like in a movie mode.
Nice.
So it's good.
I didn't watch as many as you did. I saw 3 movies.
I forgot you. We haven't even got to your list.
I've seen 3 movies.
All right.
The first one was a 2007 Michael Shannon movie. Yeah, I know.
It's okay. I love
called Shotgun Stories. It's super indie. Super indie. It's more of a.
Was before he was big, or?
Oh yeah, yeah. This is more like a family drama. It's not. It's straight indie. It's you can tell the way it's paced, the way it's written. Everything's very indie, but it's actually pretty good.
Can you watch it anywhere streaming? Or anything?
You can watch it on Amazon right now. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
If you have Prime or a streaming service, it's on there. You can watch it there.
All right.
The movie is basically a blood feud between 2 families. Michael Shannon and his 2 brothers. Their father was a drunk, horrible person. Left them, became a new person, better person. Became a Christian again, and he was a pillar of the community.
Yeah,
and he ended up marrying a different woman with four new kids. So
is it the feud between those 2 families?
Yeah. So basically, what happened was,
that's kind of crazy.
His father dies. He goes to the funeral and goes, "I know you're all here because you think he's a good man, but I'm here to tell you he's not." And the sons, the new sons with his new families, like, "You son of a bitch." So it's like.
What is this, like in the South or something? I mean,
yeah, I believe. Well, I would say I would say South, maybe Midwest farm area, because it's
like a rural.
Yeah, it's rural where it's like you either work a shitty job or you're just poor and drunk.
Yeah,
so it's
kind of bleak and stuff.
Yeah, it's bleak. It's very like, oh man, this is a horrible place to be.
You got to be in the mood for this one though.
Yeah. As like I said, if you're a fan of like the super indie movies, stuff that's like has no budget, it's very small, and if you guys love movies and you know what type of indie movies I'm talking about, check it out. It is good. I think I think it's worth watching. It's pretty interesting. You know how the characters talk to each other and the way they see things and the way it ends. It's like, oh, okay. Don't necessarily watch the trailer because it kind of lies to you. It kind of feels like it's like this
like more thrilling.
Like it's a thriller. It's not. It's definitely not.
Okay.
So check it out. It's solid.
I think I'll check it out. I love Michael Shannon.
Yeah, he's great. I saw The Ritual on Netflix.
Okay, awesome.
So I know
you're trying to ask you guys to watch this. So I love it.
So I know you're very. I know you're very. You are very high on training this movie.
Yeah.
And little shout out to Shockwave podcast on Spotify.
Nice. Are they a movie podcast?
They're a horror movie podcast.
Nice.
So they talk about just horror stuff all the time.
Out.
It's really cool. It's called Blumhouse Presents Shockwave.
Wow,
they were
Blumhouse, huh?
Yeah, they were.
I gotta watch that.
They were a different podcast, but then they got asked to join the Blumhouse team. Like, oh yeah, you can come in, you can keep doing podcasts, just change the name. And
are they only on Spotify or?
I'm pretty sure they're on
everywhere. Right?
Yeah, everywhere, but it's just easy for me to listen on Spotify.
All right, I'm gonna have to check it out.
So they had an episode where they talked about it, like, then all 3 of them were like, we loved it, it was great. So
okay,
I watched
what about you?
I thought it was okay.
Damn it, you didn't love it, huh?
I didn't.
I have to say it's not an outstanding movie, but for me it was like it came out in left field, and I love that. And for me, that elevates stuff when it comes out of left field and smacks me in the face, and it's like.
Yeah.
Here you go. Check this out. Just discovery of movies like that is different.
There's a couple of scenes where I was like, okay, I see that visually it's working.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't get into it. So the movie is about a group of friends that go camping after
in Switzerland.
In Switzerland after one of their friends dies.
Yeah.
And they they end up taking a shortcut through the woods because someone sprained their ankle. Like, well, we can get to the town faster and drink a lot faster. We just cut through here. Okay. And stuff starts happening.
Yeah.
And
bad stuff.
Bad stuff. And you know what? Like I said, overall, I couldn't get into it. It was like, I was sitting there like,
why?
I
thought it was good, man.
Like I said, there was one part where like, again, I don't want to get into too much spoilers. There's a scene where they're kind of forced to go into this cabin to find shelter from the rainstorm.
Yeah.
And let's say they have a couple of dreams and they wake up to like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
That's a cool scene because you don't know what's going on.
That was cool.
But everything else is just it has these little.
So there wasn't enough of that.
There's little high peaks where it's like, oh, that's cool. It's visually different. You're giving me something. And then it's like, oh, then it just comes way down and just kind of like evens out.
I could see that. I could see the criticism. I mean, it's like it has like so many normal things.
Yeah.
Like normal creepy wood things.
Yeah. So if you're Manny, then where like you're upset that there was no monster in
It Comes at Night.
It Comes at Night, which I told them from day one, there's no monster in there. Don't be stupid, but they want to listen. This one has a monster in it.
Yeah.
The design is. I wasn't even that excited about it. Like I saw it, I was like, it's cool in theory,
creepy as hell.
But it didn't work for me because like I don't know.
It worked for me. I liked it.
Yeah. Again, I don't want to get into a lot of spoilers because there are a couple of things where like you talk about it kind of affects the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm actually, you know what? I'll say I was disappointed by this movie highly.
Oh, come on. No.
Like I said, there was like one or two scenes where I was like, hey, cool. But then I'm like, oh, you're letting me down with everything else. And the ending, the way it ends and everything is just like,
For some reason, I was like really into it for some reason.
No, I can understand why people like it. Again, because it is one of those movies that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So you had no expectations. You didn't know what it was.
Exactly.
It's a lot easier to love a movie that way.
Yep.
But for me, it's like I expect more in my horror movies. And, you know, and this, it was just like, again, just everything about it, the pacing, the look of it, the creature design, the characters. I will say there were the banter and the connection between the friends. That was interesting.
That was good.
That was good.
It felt real.
But everything else was just like, again, it was so underwhelming. I was like, this. Like a lot of people like this. I love it. And it
was great.
Yeah, so
I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
I was pretty upset by it. I give it I can't give it a little lower than The Last Jedi, so 5.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's not.
You're killing me.
Yeah, not good. So
okay. That's all right.
So the next movie I saw, which would be the last of my 3, was Train to Busan.
Yeah. It's on Netflix, right?
Again, you were very high in this movie.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. You didn't?
I saw a lot of podcasters, people on YouTube that really liked it. I agree. This is fantastic. This is a fantastic movie. It is so good.
I love the big guy.
Oh, he's awesome. He's my favorite character in the movie.
I looked him up because I was like, I need to see more of him like in more movies.
Yeah. So this is I believe a South Korean movie.
I think so. Yeah.
It's about a father who works way too much, and he doesn't really connect with his daughter at all. Yeah. And his daughter's like, well, I want to see mom. Well, maybe next week. It's always next week with you. Always. So he goes, okay, so
But I think
we'll take the train tomorrow morning and we'll go down there.
They live together, right?
Yeah.
And then she wants to visit mom because he just works and doesn't pay attention.
Yeah, because they're not divorced at this point, but they're not together.
Yeah.
So, so they jump onto the train to Busan.
Yep. And
a zombie outbreak happens while they're actually as they enter the train. You see there's stuff that's happening. Yeah. It's like, what? Yeah. And it's like, well, it's fine. And
I love this movie.
It is so good.
Yeah, I know.
Because so with zombie movies, if the characters playing the zombies aren't invested, aren't into it, it's terrible. Because there's
the fear.
You don't feel a threat. You know, and everyone in this movie gave everything they had to it.
There's some great it
was awesome
claustrophobic shots where they have to get to the next train car. And
it was cool because you can easily make it all on the train, and you can get boring after that. Yeah. They do a lot of different things with this movie where it still it pushes the story and it still feels fresh. Yeah, and the action and everything still works. Yeah. Surprisingly enough, the emotion in this movie is really high.
Yeah.
It's
Especially the end.
especially the end.
We're not gonna give that away.
There's
but-
a lot
wow.
of there's a lot of parts in here where it's just like they added more human emotion to it than they needed to.
Yeah,
I'm glad they did.
that's good.
And again, the characters, main characters, you actually feel them, you actually like them, which is
Yeah.
important. If you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
like anybody, it's like, oh, it's cool, but
sure.
you have no emotional ties to it.
Yeah.
This one definitely. If you're a father and you have a daughter, you're gonna feel it.
Oh, hell yeah.
If I mean, if you're
You feel that.
if you're a person just like. If you have feelings and if you're an actual human being, you're gonna feel something in this movie, and
That's good.
it's so good.
But you get the thrills of the
Yeah.
zombies.
Oh, I
and
mean,
you get the emotions
don't get me wrong.
too.
This is a zombie movie.
It's really well done. man.
It's really well done.
Who the heck directed this, and have they done anything else?
Oh, what's his name? Keep talking. I'm gonna see if I
I'm
can
not
find
sure,
it real
yeah.
quick.
I don't know. Yeah, I did see. Let me think. I think it came out on Netflix like right away. I don't even know if it was in theaters, but
It was for a limited time.
yeah, and select
but,
theaters. And stuff.
yeah, so real super select theaters. So.
Yeah. This was a really good movie. I mean, definitely 8 out of 10, maybe 9.
I definitely give this a 9 out of 10. It had my attention the whole time, and I was
Yeah.
very
Just
like I didn't want to stop watching that. I just had to keep going until
it
it
was like
ended.
fresh air for zombies. I mean, it was like there's so many of them at
Yeah.
this point. It's just like hard to do something different.
Very
And
much
this
so.
this finally did something different. It was well done.
The director is I'm going to try to pronounce
okay.
it. Sang Ho Young.
Has he done anything else?
I'm
I was just curious because I mean he did a great job.
He's
I
done
would
some
like to see
animated
more.
movies, Korean animated movies, but I think this was his first live action movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I was really surprised. Actually, I think, let's see this one. This is, he did The King of Pigs, which is a really highly praised animated film. It's, from what I remember, it's like about like a group of four or five friends that are just like the outcasts of their school.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're the King of Pigs. Yeah, we don't care.
That's weird.
Yeah, so he's mainly done animated, or I guess anime style movies. This was his, I believe this was his first live action film, and he knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
First
good.
live action movie.
Yeah,
That's
it was
pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's a
if
good
you're-
one. I'm surprised it took you this long to see it though.
me too. Well, I love South Korean movies.
Yeah.
Like the thriller horror stuff that they have, because it's so bleak. It rarely ever has a happy ending. It's like
This didn't either.
like if you watch Old Boy,
Yeah.
The Yellow Sea, you watch
This was almost like
Sympathy for Lady Killer, Mr. Sympathy. So many movies.
there's
It's just
so
like
many.
it's just like punch in the face.
Yeah,
And,
they're-
The Devil's Due. There's so many. It's just
Yeah.
like it's like happy feelings. Nothing here.
Is that where you recommended like Johnny To? Is that his name?
I believe. Yeah.
Is he a South Korean director?
He's an actor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
I thought he was a director though.
maybe I don't know. I'm trying to remember the names because they're kind of hard
There's
to remember
this
and pronounce. Sorry.
there's this app called Filmstruck.
Oh.
Have you heard of it?
No, I have not.
It's basically Turner Classic Movies plus Criterion movies,
Oh,
and it's like a service.
that's cool.
And it's kind of expensive. It's like $13 a month. I did a free trial for a week.
Yeah.
I was gonna mention it before, but they have these cool like director. What do you call them? It's like they ask a director, what are 10 movies that inspire you?
Yeah.
And so Guillermo did one, and he lists 10 movies, and then they actually have these little 2-minute videos where he explains why.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice.
I checked that out, and I thought that was like the really coolest part of the whole thing. They have all the Criterion stuff,
Mhm.
not all of it actually. I think they rotate every 2 weeks.
That
The
makes
movies,
sense. Yeah.
so you don't
makes
get
sense.
like
Yeah.
all 500 movies at once. You get like maybe 100, and then 2 weeks later, like
They'll take
80
out
something.
parts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
So it's kind of, from that perspective, I don't like it because
It is kind of a pain.
I'm not like completely honest. I'm not like one of those like super film people.
Right. Yeah.
Like I love movies, but like not on that level because
Those-
that's a totally
yeah,
different level
those-
for me.
Those movies are they could range from something that's really that's up our alley but
Yeah.
done differently, or
Yeah.
something that's like a German contemporary film that's 5 hours long with no dialogue. It's like
Yeah,
It's like that's not my style of movie. Which again, I appreciate what goes into making them and the thought process of why they made it and what they're trying to say.
Yeah, me too.
I can't do it,
but I can't watch it. Yeah,
I can't do it. You know.
So they had some of those Johnny Toe movies on there, and they have all the ones that Guillermo likes, top 10. And they have some other interesting. They have a lot of good stuff in there, but I never watched anything. It was only a week trial, so maybe it was a bad week for me. And then
could be, yeah.
And then what do you call it? And then they have a bunch of Criterion. Oh, and then they had Chronos, and I almost watched it, but I didn't have time. But I would check it out maybe. I mean, it has a lot of this kind of stuff.
Nice. Yeah, it's cool.
If you did the trial, I mean, I kind of derailed your movie, your Busan movie.
No, I mean,
but
I mean, I can sit here and talk about it all day, specific scenes, but never going to spoilers. So. Yeah.
Great movie though.
Great
I love the big guy so much.
Yeah,
he's like so jolly. Like I don't know what to say about him. But he's awesome.
He's just like, it's happening. That's cool. That's fine.
He's like,
don't worry about it.
He can deal with stuff because he's just a big burly guy.
Yeah, If you're a fan of zombie movies, you need to watch this.
Yes, you do.
If you're a fan of a movie that actually has heart to it, watch this movie.
Yeah. Horror, everything.
Horror, there's great. There's great parts in it where like it.
I'm surprised how good it was.
I will say though, World War Z, as nuts as the thing goes, I think the ending with those like sneaking around part, that's fantastic. This
reminded me of The Last of Us ending.
Yeah. This, for Train to Busan doesn't quite go that intense, but it still is really intense of how they go about having to get around certain situations. Yeah. So. Oh yeah. It's really good.
Yeah, great movie, man.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, we saw a lot of movies.
Cool. I think it was a good episode. We got into we got to talk about some stuff in depth a little bit. Stuff that we finally both saw together. Stuff that I saw you didn't see. So that was good.
Recommending and all that stuff.
Yeah. I think it's crazy that I think if we actually did the podcast, if we kept doing the podcast when we first started, I think we would have been like ahead of the curve, because at the time, Screen Junkies weren't they just started about like a half year later.
Oh, really?
Nerdist weren't as big yet as they were. There was a lot of channels that were like just starting out. Then they were just like they were just getting going. Like Geek and Sundry came out I think last year. I mean, we were kind of ahead of the curve.
I didn't think we were. I thought we were.
Yeah, because podcasting still wasn't a thing. It was like people would podcast. You can find it. It was like radio on the internet. Okay, if I have time.
No,
but then we kind of. But then there was this big shift of like, well, now I can listen while I'm driving. I can listen while I'm working. I can if I'm cleaning the house, I can listen to podcast. It's like. Yeah, because before it was like people would do podcasts, but they would put it on YouTube, and that's how they got hits, and that's how they got the people to their show. Yeah. Now you don't really need to use YouTube. You just you can just start up a show and you can put it on Spotify and other stuff.
Yeah, but that's the problem as well because now it's saturated.
And now it's saturated, so it's
which
is funny because I think if we would have kept going, I think we would have found our footing. We would have got better and more structure. But the fact that we did it later, then we've been able to listen to other podcasts and actually build a basic structure of A, B, and C, and try to stick to it and actually make it feel like an actual show instead of just like, I hate you, you're a stupid.
Well, sometimes I like.
That's what we did a lot in the old show.
Well, I mean, the structure is good, but I prefer tangents. Like right now, if something comes to mind, we just break off and go.
This episode kind of lent itself to us being able to actually go on tangents. Yeah. Because we didn't really go into much spoiler talk about anything. It was us just like we like this,
reminisce.
But in also retrospect, we like this because of this thing, which helps.
I
mean, I think it's
more
good
context.
I think it's good to have. A basic main topic, kind of focus on something, really going into depth in it. Yeah. And sometimes we need an episode like this where we saw a bunch of stuff and we kind of and it allows us to unload and kind of like and again like go on tangents of other stuff and it's kind of cool how we go from point A to point E to with tangent. It's cool. So
like subsection 3, page 4.
Yeah.
Topic C.
Yeah, so it kind of sucks that we stopped doing the original show, but now that we can do it now, it's actually I think we're having more fun with it now than we were last time.
I think so.
So and again, I think this episode was overall pretty good.
Pretty good. Thanks, guys. Check us out, Facebook, any podcasting app, 3 Nerds on Sunday. Yep. And we'll catch you next time, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we're on every social media outlet, but
Pretty much.
we are mostly active on Facebook.
Yeah.
So you can find us, just search Street Nerds on a Sunday. Like you said, any podcasting app,
Yep.
anything, just type us in. You'll find us eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a listen. Give us some feedback on Facebook. Have you seen any of these movies we've seen?
Just know if you like them.
Yeah.
Or
let's
something
get
you think we would like
yeah.
based on these.
Let's get a conversation going.
Cool.
So until next time, guys. Thanks for listening. Bye.